Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer Fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the Old World. I'm one of your hosts, Gommo. I'm joined as usual by Andrew.
As usual.
Josh, we're all
As
here.
usual.
Josh is back.
We're back.
Yeah, see, we have not all been on a pod now for, is it 4 weeks?
I think so. Yeah.
At least?
Yeah. It's been 3 weeks in a row where we've been.
It was the Sunday before I went to the States was the last time all three of us were.
Poor viewers have just been putting up with me, just like, oh, what isn't Andrew going for?
When's Andrew going away? That's good to be all back to it has felt a little bit like up and down.
I can't believe we managed to keep every week doing this, by the way. We're just very dedicated to our leadership.
The way to be connected, hey. It's just to the hobby, even if those weeks that you just too busy or whatever, you can still at least turn up and have a chat for 2 hours. It's cool.
Yeah. I was really hoping to get to last week's one. I brought my headset and everything. I was all set to go.
Yeah.
But the time difference, being 2 hours behind in Malaysia, meant it was 7 p.m. when we were recording. It was right in the middle of dinner time, and it's just like
some delicious Malaysian.
Josh, you can't just disappear from my family's dinner time.
No. I would have been there too. Yeah.
Well, she said if I made out like it was some kind of professional thing that was like a job, they'd accept it. But I was no, it's not making much.
I always wonder about that, because at what point, like, imagine if it did make money, like Mountain Miniatures, where that's what he does. Is he allowed to go do a podcast? Because that is his job.
That's his job. Yeah. I think you can justify
at some point, it becomes a real thing. Yeah, I don't know. Ironically, though, you can't get it to be a real thing unless you're actually creating so much. But that's the hard bit. That's all cool. Well, welcome to episode 112. Whoever's all in here at the moment, we've got Andras Kasaba Harvath, who said he usually can't catch us live, but he's off sick, so he's finally getting to catch us live. I think he's from. Did he say he was from Spain? Am I wrong? Hungary. Hungary.
Yeah,
oh, God,
Hungary.
Who knows? Wow, how cool is that? Feuds there. Not Matt is there. He's and obviously Angeli's Dark is in. Thanks for running the tournament. That was awesome. What's 2100? Oh, 9 o'clock. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was wondering what that number was for. Maddie's on as well. So yes, great to be back for another chat. I guess we've got a lot of tournament wrap ups to go through a little bit. Obviously,
I haven't looked at any of the tournament stuff either. So this is all fresh news. I wanted to keep it as a. It's if you don't look at anything, then when you get the results and you're like, oh, sort of thing. Like,
I don't know if mine's that exciting, but I mean, Spring Fling is exciting in terms of how big it is and all that.
I didn't even see who came where. So
neither have I. This podcast is full of well prepared hosts.
Yes.
So should I run through my games and then we do the final results? Is that better?
Yes.
Because. Well,
absolutely.
I won't spoil anything, but
that will be awesome
with my results. But we had two of the. So we had a big tournament. There's actually a decent one that was in WA as well this week, but maybe I'll cover that in a meta video during the week. But we had. It was an Old World. Yes, it was a good weekend for Old World gaming because we had WTC on in Germany. That was probably the biggest, but that's teams. So 8. Geez, was it 8 teams? I can't remember. 10 teams or whatever they had. And then the London Grand Tournament was on as well. Not Australia, no, unfortunately. And the London Grand Tournament, I did have it up there, but now I've clicked off it. It was like 60 something, 66, maybe 70. So pretty crazy that England obviously sent 8. And when you think about UK, it's not just England, it's Wales and all that as well. So there's multiple teams going from the UK. And they still were able to, have a pretty big GT in London.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So, it's getting exciting, which is probably pretty good. So we thought we'd probably do my games first at Spring Fling, go through the small tournament, and then we're going to have a bit of a chat about overall results and see how that
go through the stuff
lines up
with
the big ones.
Then we'll look at the big news.
See what's happening over there. So we play a different meta here, maybe just because things are more expensive.
It's important to analyze the local meta. Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
And then we normal shout out for our patrons, which I'll give them a quick shout out now. Thanks, guys. And a lot of them are on the chat here. But if you are watching our stream, we only do this because everyone does like to support us, both just liking, comments, viewing, sharing, all that sort of stuff, which is free. So big thank you to that. But some of about 58 of these people actually pay us every month. So we have to turn up on these Mondays. So if you want to join them, see what's happening with
it's like your indentured servant.
Yeah.
We have to turn up.
Old world
we don't really want them anymore, but we're
do.
really obliged to do so.
If you want to check that out over there, you can go check the patrons there. You will get a shout out at halftime, they do, and also throw us some funny listener questions. So we go through that, and I think Josh then is probably going to dominate. Are you going to dominate the hobby focus after the second half? Sounded like you had some stuff.
I think so.
It's pretty good considering you've been away. I'm impressed.
So. Well, that's it.
He takes his hobby with him.
I do. I got a few things to talk about.
Few work says he's only here for details of the local one anyway. So there you go. Yeah.
There we go. That justifies. Thanks, Feud.
Cool. Anyway, yes, if you are following along and want to send us any chats, you can do that in the live stream chat. There's also our over on the Australian Discord, we have the Old World Fanatics live stream chat channel. So if you want to send us pictures there and all that, we do try and monitor some of it, but it gets a bit hectic, and we're probably out of.
We do our best.
Three of us. Yeah. We hung on to it, Josh, while you were away, trying to. Yeah. Juggle some of that, but it was all good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard your so-called juggling. I was like, guys.
Oh, you know what I heard, which I hadn't talked to you, Josh, about, was your awesome intro. a couple of episodes ago. It was a weird mix of sixth ed something and then something else.
And then I called myself Gommo.
Yeah.
I went back. Because I started off doing it off the top of my head, and I was like, no, so I started reading, and then I just read the wrong. It's like,
it was hilarious. It was so good.
That's totally understandable. Mine's pretty. I don't know if I could do another podcast intro now, because it would just come out like that. Like it would come out as Old World Fanatics all the time. I'd have to focus.
Well, if you went back to your old IT one that you said you were doing before,
I can't remember what that was now. But yeah. Push to prod it was called. Push to prod on a Friday. That's what you always got to do. So, not. Who we got here? Also, greetings from Poland. So maybe
do love old Poland.
Maybe it's the time zone changing. People are starting to. Has anyone over there? Have they gone on to daylight saving yet? I know we're going daylight saving. Sorry, they come off it. We're going on it this weekend, aren't we? Are you guys Melbourne? Same time?
Probably this week. It's always early or October, I feel.
Yeah.
So
it might be something that we might find some crossover at night a little bit more, or maybe not. Who knows? Cool. Okay, so if you haven't known Spring Fling, we'll just do a quick intro into that one. I went to that one. Andrew usually goes. I guess we're equal now. Three each that we've been to. Yeah, it's turning into one of the Australia's biggest one-dayers, I think. Pretty close to, it hit 40 twice, I think. So I think there was 38 when you actually work out that there was drops and then, well, hang on. I'm just
always drops.
Results. Yeah. I swear I saw 40-something in BCP. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe with the ringers, there was a little bit of mixing around. But I think overall, the main people that were there for all 3 games was 38, but it was 40 initially. I was joking that, of course, the one time you set it to 45 or something, and you only have 40 player tables, is the time that everyone will turn up. So it almost feels like you should oversubscribe, but then it's like an airline. That's of course everyone will turn up on that one time you do it.
Yeah, no way,
table for them.
I could not, if I was TOing that and trying to do it like that, I could not sleep from the stress of everyone turning up. There's no way.
Yeah. Funny. But I reckon they would have still fielded, I reckon, if they had 42 players, there probably was another couple of people. Because I think there was some people who realized, they did a call out right near the end to 2 days before, but that's probably just not enough time. Unless you're living in, you're right there in Blacktown. It's probably hard to get to. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to run through mine.
Sorry. Is OX? That's not Michael, is it?
Couldn't plug the last minute drops. We usually have a
85.
reserve list. Okay, there you go. Maybe it might be. That could be Michael. I don't know.
because John's on. I don't know if OX85 is Michael, but anyway.
Oh, it is. There
Oh,
you
it
go.
is. There you go.
How did you work that out so good? Just because the way he said couldn't plug the last minute drops.
It does sound like he was running the tournament.
Yeah.
From that insider knowledge.
That's actually true. I wonder, Michael, I wonder if hitting 40 means that, because I know there was big weight light reserve list before, but obviously as you add more players, there's less reserve lists. So I wonder if we're hitting that around 40 is the sweet spot for a one-day. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll find out. Cool. Well, yeah, Spring Fling. I had a grudge with Alex from 2 Plus.
We start. Can I just address Andreas's comment? I'm mostly here to have a good time while planning at my Wolf Riders. Now, Andreas, I'm pretty sure you just said you were so sick you're actually in bed having a day off work. Oh, no.
So does that mean painting in bed? Is that allowed?
Yeah, it's got to be in bed. Can't be
That's
out of
dedication.
bed. If you're out of bed, you're well enough to go to school or work.
You're well enough to paint Warhammer. You're well enough to go to work.
Yeah, that's it.
Fever and stuff. Oh, hopefully he feels better.
I mean, yes, I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
I'd much
sorry.
prefer to paint Wolf Riders as well than have that stuff. Are they the newer ones or the older ones? That's what I want to know. Like the newer ones are cool, but they're obviously a lot more detailed than the older ones. So
yeah.
So I took my Beastman. I feel like I need to make lots of excuses, but I won't. But the only this was my Raz list. Hey, I think it's a good list. It's probably not the best list for this tournament and objectives, but it was what it was. And then I found lacking in some areas, but that's okay.
Okay. I feel
but,
like we're setting up for low expectations.
Low expectations, man. No, it was actually really good. They were Warhammer games.
Excuses are just coming out.
Yeah, excuses.
That's it.
Definitely excuses against Alex, who's actually turned into a very good player, and he's getting better and better. You can tell with some of these tactic videos they're throwing out. Anyway, he is obviously taking the filth, the vampires, which everyone knows almost as broken as Cathay. Just kidding.
Yep.
Just kidding. Just trying to pile it on. So, yes, my army is basically what I took to Castle. If people remember that, it's about 2 units of 4 Dragon Ogres, a bunch of, I think it's 16 actually, Ungors, with a level 1 Hagtree Fetish type Grey Shaman for Voltide. And then a Nurgle Cow Spawn, a big unit of Gores, a Doom Bull in there with a great weapon, and I've got a Chariot and 2 Razor Gore. I dropped 1 Chariot to fit in Cromlaw. Can never say his name. Cromlaw, whatever he is. The dude with the little devoid or whatever it's called token that you can shoot off. Sort of like a poor man's Light of Death, basically, spell. Every turn.
I don't know, it's your army.
Yeah. It's a little dude. If you can see him up here, it's like this little token you put there, and you can shoot a bound spell. Level 3. You've got to take a leadership test, lose that many wounds. Now, obviously, as soon as I put it there halfway through the game, I realized that it's better when you're around a debuff, and obviously the leadership debuff, and obviously the 12 inches around the herdstone is a leadership debuff. Cromlaw gives you a 6-inch debuff as well, but you have to really, first time using him, you really have to, because it's only 6 inches, you really would commit to get close. So I think there's a lot better tactics to do with this thing than I was using. It'd be worth playing around with it, that's for sure, because I think there'd be some things, but I certainly didn't do it in this game.
Did you run Shaggoth in this list?
Nah, I haven't got him painted up. I actually am printing one right now. Because I printed another one that's a bit smaller and I don't like it. And then I found another one and he's big. I had to scale him down.
Yeah.
So he's currently 15-hour print time out on the printer.
Ooh, okay. So, for some reason, I just picture now your printer is mostly in a state of a failed print on it and it hasn't been removed. That's just
that's all good now. Yeah. And that only happened twice, I think. I just left one on there for like 2 weeks. lost patience with it. No, it's all good now. It's been fine. Alex, what did he have?
Good terrain density on the board from the looks of it. Was that a theme through the day?
So
that there was quite a bit of terrain?
They were the same terrain layouts as basically Rob's the square base ones, but with an additional water feature usually. And then in this case, there was a special feature, which I'll talk about in a minute because this is the other thing that was dumb that I did dumb. But anyway, let's just, I won't go through Alex's list massively. It's basically 3 big blocks, the Graveguard, zombies, skeletons, 4 screams, like the Mortis engine, Terrorgeist, and an Necromancer on foot, 2 Banshees, and then lots of Fellbats. I don't think he had, and a couple of other characters and stuff. So basically 4 screams. If he did a really awesome video on the tactics stuff. So I had watched about 10 minutes of that and skimmed forward and realized pretty much his entire video is talking about this game. So I did it. So I saw a slide where he had like neutralize something, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I won't cheat. So on the way back, I listened to it. And I was like, oh, yeah, he did really well. But yeah, if you haven't watched that, go listen to that. It's a really cool breakdown. The good thing is, at least I tried to throw a spanner in the works and didn't totally do what he thought I might do, because I was never going to rush that. I was never going to rush his units. But I think at the same time, beastmen do need to rush. You want to get across the board and bash up.
Yeah.
Again,
what else are you going to do?
Screams. I was just going to get nailed. So this deployment
it's only an 8-inch range, but isn't it? Like, I thought you would have been able to almost outshoot him. Just sit back and just pluck away.
Yes, sort of. Well, you need. We'll get into that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, shut up, Andrew.
No. It's a good tactic, I think, against the right list. Yeah, I reckon 100%. So this was domination. So the quarters tables, and that was one of that. Now, we're not playing match play. They look familiar, but they're not exactly the same scoring. So in this case, you basically just get, I think it was 1 or 2 battle points if you get more quarters at the end of the game. Like, you're not scoring during the game. And then there's a special feature worth 2 battle points or whatever it was. I might be wrong with the exact ones there. But anyway, so it was a combination of sort of a king of the hill type thing as well as the quarters. Yeah. So we obviously deployed across. When I saw the map, I wanted the forest, because I won the roll off to pick the diagonals, so I picked the forest. The other thing that I should really remember with Western Precision Wargame is all forests are always dangerous, which is fine. And even though I'm my gauze reroll 1s for dangerous terrain, the problem is you still do take damage when you have 25 walking through a forest twice. Like, you get a lot of rolls you take, which is a bit of annoying because I should have remembered that, because unlike him, I can't raise my gauze back. So that was a bit annoying. So I'd probably do that wrong. But yeah, so I deployed in that squish down the bottom, and I guess the one thing I wanted to do was try and trap him. It's a funny word. Try and at least take on his screams one at a time. So therefore, I put my dragon ogres like that. Yeah. Because I didn't want them spread them out. I want to keep them small. They weren't going to get in combat in the first couple of turns. And then I wanted them hanging around my 2 Vol-type wizards who were hanging around the thing. Because I thought, at least that way, if his Mortis engine and his Terrorgeist fly over to try and start screaming, they're going to go for the dragon ogres. Unless they want to kill my chariots and stuff. I don't give a shit about that. But if he wants the points, he'll come over that way. And then hopefully I can Vol-tide off at least one of, at least the Terrorgeist before I then get close enough to his troops to actually have to deal with the other 2 screams. And then that was basically not much of a tactic, but it was either that, and then hopefully at some point, if I ever get multi-charge off onto the his Graveguard, I'll take it. That's why I put the spawn and my Doombull and everything in the middle, because I'm assuming his Graveguard was going to go in the middle as well. So that's what I did. And then basically played, I didn't. He sort of set back. He deployed further back too, because he thought I might put that little shooty sorry, my brain's dead on a Monday night. It's not, what's it called? What is that fucking spell called? Starts with D. Someone will remind me. But anyway, the one that it shoots, you can put him right at the back, but you can't put it within 8 inches of any. It's like an ambusher. So, but I didn't want to put him back there anyway. I wanted it sort of in the middle where once he gets in the middle, I've got more things to shoot at, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I assume we'll be in the middle because it's special features there. Anyway, so that was the whole thing. And then... So I didn't push forward, and then he went, "Oh, you're not." So then he had to push forward as well. So that was the good thing. But of course, the first turn or two, everything's out of range pretty much, which is expected.
Sorry, your Viltide, is that 18?
15
inches? 15.
So 20 inches, like if you move.
Yeah,
you can do 20 inches. So I'll just jump forward a little bit. So he's moved forward. And then this is what happens when you've got nothing else to shoot with Viltide. Going back to your point, Andrew. But you only have 2 Viltides. If I had 3, that fucking unit's gone. And I was just like, oh, that would have been good. So that was his Graveguard unit with 2 Viltides into it. And
wow.
He had 5 guys left, and I was like, "Oh man, I really wish I had a wild herd list right now." Because just pop that Graveguard.
That's so good.
That would have been, I think. But then the problem is, guess what happens on his turn?
Oh my god, the whole unit's back.
So he's got 2 necromancers, does he?
Holy crap!
Yes. So he's got his generals there on foot, and then his non-general necromancer is on the mortis engine. Really good list, because that way it can be a bit more aggressive with its screams and everything. And if it dies, it dies. So that's always good, when they all just come back again, which I knew was going to happen. But it was fun to just go for it.
As if it never happened.
Basically. So that was all fun. On top of that, one of the funny things that happened too in this game is I did get one shot at I got a second turn scream or something, or maybe 2 or 3 at his Terrorgeist. One went in, got some wounds on him, and then the next one went off, and then he miscast his Dispel, rolled double 1. I went, and then he rolled that result that makes it a perfect Dispel. So he still dispelled it. Sorry, you bastard. So that was good. But we wouldn't have done a whole lot. We just killed his Terrorgeist the turn earlier, but that was fun. Yes. And then he gets that Unquiet Spirits down over there. That's the one that, gives you the leadership debuffs over there. And sorry, I'll just say one more thing about my bad deployment, which I don't think my bad deployment with the Dragon Ogres is bad. I actually like the idea of holding them back and trying to create a trap. It wasn't until turn 2 or 3, and we both didn't realize this, but I'm just dumb as well. I'm moving my unit of Gore up towards this monument thing, and in my head, I don't know what it was, in my whole brain, the whole time I looked at this mission and everything, I thought it was like King of the Hill. So I was just charging towards this thing. And I look over at Akhtar's table next to me, and I'm seeing him go around it, and I'm like, oh fuck, is that impassable? I just didn't even think. So I had originally had my unit like barreling down into the center of this thing, thinking I could just walk onto it.
Oh,
I thought the way you deployed, I assumed it was some kind of battlefield decoration rule or something.
I don't know, because it wasn't on the deployment thing. The deployment thing didn't have it. It was just a round circle, and it was called King of the Hill, I think, or something. I can't remember what the mission was, but I was like, oh, cool, it'll be a hill or something. I'll just get onto it, and and I said to Alex, it was like turn 2 or 3. I'm like, fuck, is that impassable? And he went, oh, I don't even know. And then I look over and I think it is. I was like looking at the other tables. And so that was
kind of blocked by it as well. Like he
is, because we found out on my turn, he was able to like, start wheeling around earlier. And I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. That was just dumb, just little stupid things like that, because otherwise I would have switched positions with my spawn a bit and gone up the side there. But because that really took that unit out for that turn, and it just couldn't. And then I failed a crap ton of charges with this thing. If I go back to look at that, all these guys out. I tried 4 charges into his Graveguard, but they just all flubbed it, unfortunately, just because of
All of them?
dangerous terrain. Yeah.
Oh,
and then I
right.
didn't roll
Yeah.
with my spawn. Oh, I might have rolled enough for him to go in by himself. I didn't want to. So if the others didn't make it, go in.
Yeah.
So I had to hold another turn. And then by then, his big units are right across the board at me, and I've still hadn't killed much. I managed to kill the Terrorgeist, sent the Dragon Ogres into his zombies, which are just straight ahead, and then they bounced. And I flubbed my leadership 8 or whatever it is, and then they ran right back through and off the board. And this was a game, if I can just show you, I'll leave it on this slide. This was a game of massive amounts of, because I'm so blocked in, of just panics and stuff that went right across armies. So like all these Razor Gauls, when they fell back, they went right through this units and off the table or right off the thing. My Dragon Ogres, because I was like that, when they fell back in good order, they jumped back past my other Dragon Ogres and went off the board as well. So
it's almost like it's designed to maximize how much they bounce through.
Yeah. And it was funny because I was like, I don't even think Alex deliberately set it up or anything, just the way it happened. It was just like, oh, yeah. So I lost the Dragon Ogre unit. Once I did that, that was a big point swing. And obviously he had all the quarters. And then I think he ended up blowing my Gore unit off the side of that. He was closer to that objective than I was. So he got all the objectives basically in the middle. Even though I think in terms of what he killed was one Dragon Ogre unit and a couple of shit. And I killed his Terrorgeist. It was very cagey, but I lost that Dragon Ogre unit. So it went down 17-7 because of the it was like a 10-7 win to him or whatever it is, or whatever, but with all the objectives, it just pushed it way over the top. It's a bit of a shame, but like I said, like it wasn't bad. I just think if I'd slightly different list, because Cromwell, the way I was using him all game, all tournament, I wasn't getting much out of him, to be honest. I didn't play into it. I just picked him as a special character, and I think you sort of obviously do a little bit more listing with him in mind, I think, than what I did. But yeah, Alex has owned both of us now, Andrew, because he kicked my butt.
He's got the 2 scouts. He just needs Josh.
Scary list, though. I mean, you know me and Vance.
We're gonna have a list of people that have now got the 3 of us. Like,
it's
gonna be this exclusive group of war gamers that have got the trio.
It's a good point.
He's got us.
I was saying you didn't charge the Terrorgeist. Yeah, probably should have with the one of the Dragon Ogres, but I think he got back too far on that he went back initially because he had reserve moves off and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I think he was slightly out. It was a long charge. That's why I went in there.
Yeah, okay.
I can't remember. I'd blocked myself up. I mean, I wasn't wanting these guys to be in combat straight away, but it is what it is. It was just a lot of caginess, hang around the middle and try and shoot stuff with it. Magic, but I just didn't have enough, Probably would have been much better if it was if that was almost just a wild herd list, but almost the same and just had a third wizard, it'd pump out a lot more, and it would have been pretty scary.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Although you can't have the Dragon Ogres in that, so honestly, you drop Cromwell and just put the old Shaman set up a Haddon Castle, you'd fit another Shaman in. You'd have 3 Voltides. Yeah, it's a fucking scary. Deadly spell. Though. It's a.
Doesn't sound like you got much out of Cromwell.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't at all. Not for what he. Not for. I mean, I don't even know if he's bad. I just didn't use it. Yeah. I was not using his leadership debuffs. He's only 6 inches too. He needs to get involved for that.
Yeah.
To take effect, so you almost need him in a unit probably, but then. He hangs off the edge of the unit because he's on a 30 and my other cores are all 25s. And so it's a bit of a weird setup. Might be something to look into, but not too bad. I also think one of the other things I'm learning is I think I'm going to rip this base off this herdstone and go smaller. It's just too big. And then when you get these new deployments, you just can't fit it in.
Yeah.
It gets in the way. Even though you do like the bigger 12-inch bubble, I don't know. Wondering if it gets more in the way than it should.
Yeah, it does take up a lot of prime sort of frontline real estate there.
Yeah.
Like, actually would have made your deployment a lot less squishy.
Well, especially in that one. That's that little corner one. You got to
looks...
try and, you know, you got to deploy in the quarter, and it's really hard to, it's really hard to deal with it. So I just got to switch my screen to bring up. I've got them all in separate PDFs. Should have thought of that.
Do herdstones not have a size?
No, they can be up to 6 inches.
That's really big.
Yeah.
So can you make it? Oh yeah, but I guess if you make it smaller, then it's less. Or
then it's then it's 12-inch range isn't as big. So it just depends what you're doing with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you finally have to deploy around it and it's in the way, that's a problem.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Gommo maximizes exactly. So yeah, but that is good. Yeah, it was an awesome game. I mean, it was. I'm sure Alex will remember more in his bat reps and stuff. But yeah, it was still very Warhammery with some of those big, like, just explosions going off, them coming back, him freaking miscasting, but still rolling, you know, like whatever it is. I think it's a 3 or whatever that one is that does it. Perfect spell. Yeah. Like, wouldn't have done a whole lot, but I think I would have got his Terrorgeist a turn earlier, which might have helped, but it's just so hard, those units, like the Graveguard, just like you have to be able to one-shot any of those units to.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you'd been able to take out that Graveguard unit straight up at the start, that would have put you in a much better
massive difference.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even been worried too much then. You would have been cool. Okay, well, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you almost just
get back. Yeah, you don't want to engage with him. You just keep whacking him with wild eyes.
But I think even Alex said that his list, he was wanting to have a few more Graveguard. Like, I think he knew they were just on that edge of not having enough. So I don't know how it
can be popped.
Yeah.
I think Akhtar was running like 36 maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just, you just can't. I mean, what can take that off in one go? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
You did have a bit of a bigger unit, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're sinking a lot of points into it. That's
yeah, massively. Yeah. So yeah, my second one was it went down unfortunately 17-7 there, but that was cool. I'd play Alex every day. He's just awesome. Good opponent, knows his rules. That goes pretty quick like that. Hopefully I threw a little bit of a spanner in the works a little bit in terms of I know he said he spent a lot of time thinking about the game. So it's always fun when you like go, well, I'll do something different. Fuck yeah. Even if it doesn't work.
Full plans, like full comes up with
then I played. So the cool thing is I played all 3 people I played and never played before. So I like that. This guy is Jacob. I think he's played a lot of fantasy. I think he said he had played a bit. But this is his second game of Orcs and Goblins. So he'd been painting up. I can't remember what his other army was for Old World when he started it. But he went to Orcs just the other day. And then actually, I think he's one of the players actually that couldn't get in initially, and then he got a spot or something like that, and then found out like 2 weeks ago that he could come, something like that. So he had to rush this. He said he rushed getting it together, painting it. I think it's not all painted, but it's close to it, so it looks pretty good.
Yeah, sweet.
But the list is probably like a closer shot here, but it's almost all like goblins and stuff, so it's pretty good. So 2 big units of night goblins, obviously. The one on the left is sort of the it's got his general, his BSB, a raggedy flag banner in there, and a level. I think that both level 3s. I can't remember if they were or not. Anyway, but that had illusion in there. And then he had another block with the poison banner and archers, both with 3 fanatics each. They had Doom Diver, 2 rock lobbers, 2 bolt throwers, 3 pump wagons. That's the pump wagons in the middle. Some bounders, whatever they're called, the big hoppers. And then this is what I love too, 4 bases of snotlings. Did you know the snot? Because I think I was talking to you about, Andrew, how the snotlings are. I want to try. They look pretty cool. I didn't realize they were 6 wounds. I thought they were 5.
Yeah.
They're 6 wounds each. So that's pretty cool. 24 wounds to get through, unbreakable. They've got Vanguard, or Scout Vanguard. I don't think he Vanguarded them, but they do have it, I think, which is pretty cool. So interesting little unit. I mean, they probably do get pricey if you want to spam them everywhere, but there's something cool about that many shitty wounds that can just unbreakable. That it's still going to take 2 turns to wipe it out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was pretty cool. This mission was, what was it? Why can't my brain work today? What was this one, people? What did we have to do? Can't remember. It'll come to me. Sorry, man. My Mondays are just my brain gets destroyed with other work stuff. Geez, I can't remember what the mission was.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah. I know the last mission, but I'm trying to remember what this one was. Anyway, so I deployed basically, well, as you can see it. So I've got basically want my Dragon Ogre. I always like my Dragon Ogres obviously to go against the infantry. It's a no-brainer. But he's got all the Fanatics in there. So I need to, coax them out with something. Yeah. So I've got the Gore over on one side because I don't mind them getting hit. And then obviously I'll got the Spawn and the other ones over on the right. Baggage train. That's right. It was baggage train. Dickhead. It's right in front of me. So I've got my baggage train sitting right behind that building. See that little baggage train there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Your little
yeah, the little
prison slave pen.
A slave pen. It's got like carcasses and stuff inside it. The cool thing with that is his list, unfortunately, he was the same. Like he just thrown a list together. It doesn't really have anything that can get my baggage train. Like there's nothing that can get it across the board. So I knew that was pretty much going to be safe. And then he put his baggage train. You can see this white thing over on the right. See there. So that's where I just went, well, I'll just send my Razor Gores and my Dragon Ogres over that way as well. Hopefully
that white thing.
I don't know what the model was. It was because he hadn't finished it. It was something like a train.
Oh, okay, so it's not fully painted. Okay, right. Sorry, I thought it was.
No, that's the only thing that wasn't fully done, and some of these.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that too. Yeah,
weren't done. You might see it in another pic. Yeah, and then my thing was obviously I'll push forward in this game for sure. And then the Voltides are probably going to. I actually thought the quickest way, first thing, is Voltide off his friggin' pump wagons because they're just probably easiest thing to wipe straight out in one go. And then over on the right, I was obviously just I was hopefully going to smash through the squigs and the snotlings, and then kill his baggage train and come around that way sort of thing, and just make my way up the board in the center, but try and get around the flank, if you know what I mean, and then come in that way, reserved flank, whatever you want to call it, reserved, whatever. Anyway, so that was just the pick from the
there it is
thing. Yeah, it's like okay, so it's going to be a tree with some mushrooms on it. That's what it was going to be. That's his baggage train there. But yeah, he hasn't finished all his war machines yet. So
little mushroom stash.
Yeah,
very thematic.
So I pushed pretty hard up as much as I could. Now over here though, on the left, I didn't want to get too close yet. I want to see what he's going to do, and obviously I want to Voltide some shit off. But over on the other side, I just pushed as fast as I could. If his snotlings go in, I assume they will. But at the end of the day, I figure I'll get through them. They might just take a turn or two. They actually ended up taking about 3 turns though, which is they're pretty good little dudes. In that, like in hindsight, knowing that, I probably should put the Dragon Ogres in front and just pushed, and they would have probably wiped them out. But that's okay. I'm trying to remember what happened too much here. Not a lot to be said. Those, like his bounders came up. I ended up I think I just charged my Chaos Spawn into them. And then, there's probably nothing. I'll just skip through these. So I got all the pictures here. Yeah, the Chaos Spawn goes into them, kills them, and then reforms. And then I send the Dragon Ogres and the Chaos Spawn into the, I'll just skip through these. It's not that exciting. Into the Night Goblins on the hill.
Yep.
Once we get there, I think he kills one or something, but that's about it. Oh, on one of my dispel attempts, I blew a bunch of my Ungors up, which was fun. But I still had enough there to keep claiming my Herdstone, which is lucky because I think I lost about 5 of them. Got a dispel explosion, which is a bit this is the funny pick too. I felt sorry for him. Like you could see how much he sent 3 Fanatics through my Dragon Ogres and 1 into, maybe 2 actually, and 1 into my like Spawn or something.
Yeah.
And he took, he's killed one Dragon Ogre, but like you can see how much damage I've
That's
taken.
so unlucky.
I'm still all there. I mean, I felt sorry. I was like,
wow.
Still 3 wounds on this. Like my my Razor Gore was still, I think they lasted for ages with 1 wound on them.
Did you do like bunch of doubles or something, or
what was that?
Did he roll some doubles or something? Because you get to go through them back, don't you? Like that's so unlucky.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, well, he launched them before I charged on this one, so this was pre-charge. Yeah, he already sent them through. Yeah, and otherwise, he would have. So I sent them in. I did lose one on one Dragon Ogre, but 2 Dragon Ogres and a Cow Spawn went in. They ate that unit, and then this is. I should have gone back. I did screw up. On the right, I can't remember what it was. I think at the time I thought I had to charge the baggage train, and so I could have got in a turn earlier just because all we had to do was move into it. I hadn't played it, so I was like, so I didn't want to like declare the charge and do a shit charge, and it wasn't until the next turn that I realized, oh fuck, I could have just 14-inch march up and walked into it. Like, I don't know, that was a bit dumb. Just little things like that when you haven't played a lot of them. You sort of go, oh, that's how the rule works.
It takes a bit it's one thing reading about it, but then actually playing it.
Yeah, and exactly. When you're in the heat of the moment, you know what I mean? So anyway, but that whole flank just fell apart for him, obviously killed all that, came back around. And so you can see this picture here. This is this is where it went really Warhammery, right? So this whole game I was quite comfortable with. Like I just sat in the middle. I didn't actually attack this unit until I got this, where you can see now I've got like 2 Dragon Ogres in his ass, the Chaos Spawn coming around.
Oh my God.
He had did he charge yet? No, I reformed. That's right. I redressed ranks on this because I couldn't reform because my chariot was there. I redressed ranks a bit to make them just a little bit wider. So I've got more for the charge because I fully expected him, well, you're going to charge me, because that's what we were talking about. He's like, oh, should I charge? I said, well, if you don't charge, you're getting everything next turn. So I guess whatever. So anyway, he goes in and then.
So has he released those Fanatics?
Yes, he had now. Yeah.
Okay.
He went 2 of them through that chariot, and the chariot still had 1 wound left on it. It's just like the 2 just couldn't. I felt sorry, like it just couldn't kill the whole thing out. Yeah, it was just like, and then those 2 just proceeded to just go off everywhere. So I had this but at this point I'm like way up in points. Plus I've got the baggage train, killed it and stuff. And then he sent that unit into my big block, obviously, and I don't want to spoil the show. I'll talk through it. So he goes in, right? He's got a shaman in there. He's got a BSB. He's got his general, and he's got, I swear there was another cat. Maybe it's just a big boss because he might have need another one. I don't even know. Anyway, it's like 3 characters and a champ in the front rank there. Yeah. And I was like, well, I want my Doom Bull to wail on his unit, so I didn't want to declare anything. And plus, he's got that illusion wizard in there. So I let him see what he wanted to do about a challenge, and then he didn't want to challenge. And then I went, oh, okay, well, do I want to? And I was thinking, do I want to challenge? I don't know. So anyway, I decided not to. And then we just wailed on each other. The problem is his shaman has the illusion spell, and he's got the headsman axe, which is the killing blow. Yeah. And so he rolls up doppelganger, gets it off. I couldn't stop it, and then he rolled I don't know how many hits it was, but anyway it ended up being like 6 hits or something. Gets through, and he rolled 1-6 on
1-6. Doom Bull. So he's on base to base with your Doom Bull.
It's base to base. They're lined up right just diagonally so they could actually attack. And then
oh my god!
I had one
ball attack.
I rolled like a 1, and my Doom Bull. The Doom Bull goes down, which means his guys just ate a bunch of my let's be honest, without because he went before my Doom Ball because I'm last.
He went before.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
right.
Yeah.
And so my Gores don't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
And he still beat me by that's a couple or whatever. And then they ran and they got run down. So I lost like I had that chariot fed. That's right. So there's half
beautiful
point for that
game.
as well. So
wait, so
actually, and then
sorry, go on.
By the time that spawn got round there, it had 2 wounds left on it. He got the rock lobber, landed it, scored a hit, and killed him. killed the jerk guy. So it was like, I swear he got 800
falling
points.
apart.
That is a massive swing.
It was so funny. It was so the victory points, before my bonuses for having the herdstone was 6 points difference. It was like 1,040 to 1,034 in victory points killed. But yeah, it ended up being a big win because it was like I got an extra 200 and then obviously got all the battle points. But it was just like the actual death. It was just what the hell. I had it all lined up and then it just fell apart in the middle there.
That's fallen apart in a pretty incredible way. Actually, I haven't seen that fall apart like that for a long time.
I just haven't. I don't overly respect this. Like I don't know. It's not that.
The doppelganger spell.
Doppelganger. It's a lot of things have to still go right. So I wasn't too worried. I knew it was there. Like I knew I had it. He wasn't.
You knew it was there with a killing blow.
Yeah. But I was like, fuck that.
You were just hoping it wouldn't go off forward.
Yeah. And, but it did, and I couldn't stop it. And
I feel like so if you had issued a challenge, would that have changed?
He would have taken it with the shaman. No, he would have taken it with the shaman because that was his plan. So I didn't really see any point. The only thing I thought is, well, I don't want a challenge because if it doesn't go off, I want the Doom Ball to wail on his fucking unit. So it was just that.
Yeah.
That's what had to happen.
Because he's striking before, so you've got no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was all good. It was fine. And he needed. I
guess the only difference would have been if you charged him, you might have had a chance to take him out before he could strike.
Yeah, true. And maybe that's what I should have done. But I was just like bringing the other unit around first to surround him. But probably could have just gone straight in. But that's cool. But he's got to be honest, at the time,
it's a very unreliable strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the time, just like if you have a look at this. If I go in with just that unit of gore, that's a lot of attacks. Like imagine the other guys aren't coming in the back. He's got the static combat res. He's got the big red raggy flag, the war banner. Like he's got so much static combat res that I was like, I don't even know if I can do enough. And that's why I wanted the other dudes in his ass. But
yeah, I agree. No, I think that's the right play. I agree.
Yeah,
and your gores, right? They one attack each, or do they?
Yeah, well, if I roll, only once in this tournament did I roll frenzy up on them.
Yeah, okay.
They're not there to do any fighting, and
yeah.
The point around the Doom Ball, maybe there's a lot of things that'll probably change now. It's a good list, but I think for more variability, probably dropping the Doom Ball.
Yeah,
he's fun. I like him. He's fun, but he's also, can not do anything for games, so that's so cool. So that was fun. That was just a cool thing to say. Wow, it just all swung there really hard, and it was good to see because you want them closer. You don't want like
it's insane.
Yeah, it's good to see that it evened out a bit. And then quickly my last game, which was against Dan Newton, I think his name is. I played him. We had a beast off. Beastman. He had wild herds. And, I had obviously my army. This was strategic location 3, so 1, 2, 3 across the board, and that sort of diagonal deployment thing. And I believe it was only halfway through the game that he realized he actually had 3 scoring units and not 2. He thought he only had 2, which is the 2 big blocks primal war herds. He's got 4 Razor Gore, 2 on each flank, but he had 5 Centaurs, which they're core in this list, so they can score, which is cool. So we didn't realize that, which is good for him. And then he had a Chaos Giant. That's what that little guy is, which is pretty fun.
Ooh.
And a Chariot, 2 Shamans, I think, with primal. So the primal magic thing. Oh no, he had elementalism. Sorry, on one of them. And then obviously 2 Voltides though, and he has a Shaggoth. That's what is between the 2 Razorgore over on there on the hill, which is pretty cool. And then obviously a Herdstone as well, which he just plonked straight on top of the strategic location over here. But then I'm not sure what happened there, but then he deployed all the way over the other side. So even he was like, I don't know what he did. So he didn't really get to use his Herdstone too much, which is kind of funny. Yeah, then it was just who's gonna do what. So I pushed. I think I got turn 1. I pushed, and then he charged his Razorgore into. You can see like 1 comes into mine, 2 go into to my. Yeah, actually, it was pretty good. He went 2 of them straight into my Gore unit there, which is interesting. And then, yeah, it was a bit of a Voltide off. We're just trying to cast some Voltide against each other. It's kind of funny. Probably the big things that happened in this game was these Gores. I ate, not Gores. Yeah, my Gore block killed his like Pumbas and stuff. One of them ran off because I killed 1. And I was like, yeah, I chase, and I'm probably a really dumb thing because I chased. He ended up running really far, and I rolled like an 11. I was like, oh fuck! Look where they ended up, right in front of that Shaggoth. I was like, I should have just let it run. I got a bit too greedy. It's a stupid Pumba. I could have just let it go, and I had like the chariot there for next turn. I should have just done that. Yeah, because then I could have gone in,
blocked off the other 2.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I could have gone in with the Chaos Spawn and the bloody Gore then into Shaggoth straight away, which is dumb move.
Oh, that's right, because he's charged you as well. Yeah.
So that was annoying. Voltide it off his giant. I'm just trying to pick the exciting things in this battle. The rest of it was so I still did get in there. So I probably missed some in this game. I did eventually still get in, and I can't remember what happened there. I think that was his turn, sorry. Yeah. So that was he charged me.
Yeah.
I fled, then I charged. Yeah. So that's the problem. When we measured it, I got my little blue thing out, like angle arc, and I could still see him just.
Oh, you could still see him.
Yeah, but it would only be my Doom Bull. Just luckily my Doom Bull's on the left. Could actually fight him because he's not a character. So it didn't kill me as bad as I thought it was when we actually got the arc out. So then the problem is I didn't kill him. He had 2 wounds left, and he fled all the way through those units. I couldn't get him, the bastard. But I went in the side here of his other primal War Gore Horde, and plus my Dragon Eggers are in there, and took that unit out.
Yeah.
And then I took a picture of this dwarf gun line next to me because I thought, fucking hell, what the hell's that? Cannon, organ gun, cannon, organ gun, cannon. What the hell? These lists at this tournament. Oh, horrendous. Anyway. On the other flank, there wasn't a whole lot. There was basically Gores, Pumbas taking on Pumbas and killing each other. And then these Centaurs were hanging out near his Herdstone. I moved my guy. I basically moved him out to try and Voltide them. And I can't remember what happened, but I only killed like 2. Was it a Voltide? I can't remember. Might not have been. It might have been something else. But because to do that though, he had just enough charge, and then he had to roll pretty high because he was in the forest, and he still did it, and he got 4 guys onto my Shaman Lord, which I thought, oh, we'll see. He's got a 4-up ward. He might be okay. But yeah, he wasn't. He got beaten and ran down, which sucked.
Oh no!
So it was one of those things. I was like, I'll try this, and then that didn't work because I wanted to. Like the goal there was to just nuke that unit and get him off the objective, And it just, so I thought it was worth the play, but ended up screwing me around. And then I'm sorry, we only got to turn 4 on here, and I'll tell you, when you've got Beastman players and they meet in combat round 1, the game goes slow, even though I don't believe we were playing slow. We both were like, I don't think we're playing slow, but we just rolling combat from turn one. It's just like we had 3 combats in turn 1 because of all these razor gore charges. And I was just like, rolling dice. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while to resolve it.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, at the end of the game, he actually got up. Basically, what happened was, again, the points were pretty similar with the kill points, but he just ended up because I lost my shamans, and then he bolted off the rest of my ungors. I didn't get any of my herdstones. He was able to get both with his harpies. It's where the harpies come in. They can just like fly over, grab a herdstone. So he and sitting on that other strategic objective, he ended up getting a couple more than I could. I just really struggled in this, not having enough core units. Like once you lose the Ungors, you got 1 scoring unit. It just wasn't built for this sort of tournament. Yeah, it is what it is. I knew that was going to struggle going in.
That's going to be that's a general match play thing though now, isn't it? So it's going to be very common.
Got to fiddle with it. The only thing that I said to, like, I did bring this up. I was like, because this is end of turn 4, we went into turn 5. I was like, oh, that's frustrating. Because if you had 6 turns, I still had like Dragon Ogres, 3 Dragon Ogres, my Doom Bull, my Block, and my Chaos Spawn coming back around. I reckon I could eaten that main unit.
Yeah, you've got a lot on the board, just out of position.
Just out of position, yeah. And and they were also a turn or 2 of getting back until they got to the strategic location, like the big gore block. So I was like, because I got his Shaggoth, and so it was a bit.
Did you finish? How many turns you get?
4.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, we didn't play turn 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So just couldn't get enough.
It's a shame because those last 2 turns probably wouldn't have taken that long to play out.
But we were already like 5 minutes, maybe.
No, I'm saying you should have, but it's just a shame because if you had 10 minutes to go or something, you probably could have. Well, not 10 minutes, but you know what I mean. Like it just
and that's like that's what I said. Like we even said, like I was like, I don't think we were playing slow. He's like, I think you know what it is. I think in all my other Beastman games, turn 1 is like this because I just either don't move and sit back and nothing's in range and go, okay, your turn, or push everything across the board and go, your turn. But that's basically turn 1. So this was like turn 1 was, we have to do combat. I got to do combat. What the hell? And it just suddenly it just
blew out.
It definitely happened with the Bretts a lot too. Yeah. It's just.
So this was like a 14-10 or something. It was like, again, it was pretty much even around in victory points at the moment, unless I'd got that big block there because that had his characters in it. But because he had extra battle points from winning. So that was okay. I was not unhappy. I just went in with the idea to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. It was bloody awesome. I love that venue and that tournament and the people down there. It's just awesome. In terms of who won though, quickly, wasn't me, obviously, when you saw those results.
Does it start with an A?
No, it doesn't actually.
It doesn't?
No. Hang on. Well, let me bring this.
Color me intrigued.
Do you remember the list, Andrew? You probably don't. From last week.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Do you remember that funny list that we said? We said, well, if you can't, Chaos Dragons aren't as good as they used to be, so why not just bring 2?
Yeah.
Chris Shah smashed people with double Chaos Dragons.
Chaos Dragon.
Which is pretty cool. But I mean, obviously, Akhtar, who's I'm assuming. Were you meaning Akhtar or Alex when you said A, starting with A?
Oh, I was going to say Akhtar.
Yeah.
Okay. Right here.
He's usually.
So Akhtar came second.
He's usually up.
2 points off. 2 points off the top. It says it must have been bloody close because look, it must be just down to victory points because they both had 53.
Alex got 3rd.
Yeah,
awesome.
And Alex came 3rd.
Yeah, Alex is up there too.
He was
guess either one and beat Farrell.
Yeah, no, he did really well.
Matt got 4. He's just out of Yep. That is really close, isn't it? That's super close. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all up there.
Interesting.
I don't know why Matt's saying. I'm not sure how this. Do they score it on wins? I don't know. This
I
is
think
how
it's wins
BCP
first.
sent
That's
it
got to
in.
be wins. Yeah.
That is definitely first, second, third. So I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, the battle points are a bit. Yeah,
that's not too bad. Sorry, like looking down.
Oh, okay. Alistair or the other Alex, I can't remember who's on Old World Behemoths at the moment, are saying that they think they were tied, but Chris had the highest strength of schedule. Maybe that's how they tie-breaked it. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Tom with his Ogre Kingdoms coming 10th, and then Pete 12th with Lizardman. That's really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. No, Pete did really well. Yeah, I mean, geez, he's getting good. I mean, obviously that's all he plays, which he would know. Yeah.
There's some really good
and Alex Searle with his. I mean, these Expeditionary Force lists were yeah. Troll Horde's up there. That's awesome. I reckon.
Yeah, no, that's
making a comeback, isn't it? Saw another few results this weekend from Troll Hordes. I mean, they're not, obviously they're not Bamps and stuff. But yeah, it was good. So that was Spring Fling. Well done to Chris Shah and obviously Akhtar and Alex. And those dudes are all sitting in the Masters. Obviously top 20 at the moment. Obviously it's very early on, but yeah. Lots of New South Wales people there at the moment, but yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Let's we are at the hour. Is there any other questions from Spring Fling?
Probably I'll give you some off there, definitely.
Okay. Let's just have a quick look at I don't need to look at that. Do you want to just jump through, look at two other things? So let's quickly look at not WTC. What's the London Grand Tournament?
Oh, the LGT.
66 players. Although there might have been a few dropouts. But look at that. Yeah, I mean, massive. Yeah, I mean, it's funny I say massive. Obviously, 40K get freaking ridiculous in numbers of them, but it is pretty cool to see.
No, but it's
that many when you've also got the World Team Championships at the same time around the same. I'll say the same area, but you get what I mean. Yeah. But yes, you get the top 4 Grand Cathay, Jade Fleet, which is funny. I've seen a few of these.
Top 4. And wait, so there were 4 Cathay. No, wait, there were 3 Cathay armies in the whole event, wasn't it? And they've come.
Is this that one? Maybe. Yeah, you might be. Yes, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So they came 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Now,
my God.
I know I should know these things, but the actual Jade Fleet rules is all about just that extra. So basically, yeah, these people, I've seen this a few times. It happened in WA as well, that people are taking the Jade Fleet, but they're not actually taking it at Empire.
Yeah.
So I think they're literally taking it because you might as well get, why not get 3 inches extra range on some of your shots initially?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Was there another special rule?
Little buff. Yeah.
I was trying to remember what the other rules were. There's not many, hey, because we went through it the other day. The war balloons and the ambushes, that's the other thing, obviously. That's the 15 point. Do they have that on there? Can you see?
There's two ring of jets, yeah. Heaps of lancers, another sky. Yeah, so 3 sky lanterns.
But you got to pay 15 points to ambush. I can't. Is that 15 points? I don't know. I don't even know if they're taking the ambush on them. I don't know. It's interesting. I guess it makes sense. If you might as well get an extra 3-inch range or whatever on that first shot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But 3 out of top 4 on that one. So that's pretty crazy. And then if you go look at the World Team Champions, which is on new recruit in the German range. German region, sorry, just how it ends up being. This is the funny bit, and one of our awesome patrons, Sean, picked up on this. 10 of the lists for Cathay went undefeated. So you got Cathay, 5-0, Cathay 4-1 draw. There's a bunch of 4-1 draws. And I think there might be 1 or 2 that were 3 wins with 2 draws.
Oh,
there's a loss.
Yeah.
Grand Cathay 3 wins, 2 draws. But basically, there's 10 out of like 160, whatever it is, which
haven't lost. Oh my god,
haven't lost a game.
There's no problem.
And just to clarify, the LGT one, because those 3 top Grand Cathays, I think there was a couple losses in there. I think Pash wrote in our Patreon channel that those losses were incurred only against other Cathay armies.
Yeah.
So that was only Cathay versus Cathay mirror matches that actually lost any games.
So someone has to lose. It's basically that.
Yeah.
Well,
this is a draw.
Yeah,
that's so funny. You draw a Cathay army, you're like, yep, just throw our Cathay at it. It's just,
yeah. No, that's interesting.
It's just going, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's fun. Like, I'm glad. Like,
have you guys
assuming
played against
things will get against Cathay, but not against the balloon craze. I only ever one balloon.
Yeah, the balloon / cannon, like
not like Castle was too early.
Jelly was talking about the other week. Yeah, Castle hadn't really developed yet, I feel.
I just don't think. And so, like with Spring Fling, we had only one Cathay player, and they just had one balloon. It's just, I think Australia's just going to suffer that meta at the moment. That it's just no one, I don't think, is going to go buy 5 balloons in Australia at the moment. By the time they do it,
that's holding it back.
Then it'll be comped, I reckon. You know what I mean? So I just don't reckon, unless you're playing for WTC and you have to and you're doing it, I don't think most people are going to.
Well, Western Sydney got 2 now, don't they?
Yeah.
They put a limit on it straight up. So.
Yeah, so like,
it's good.
You're just not going to.
2's still strong. Oh, that's pretty strong.
Yeah. I just find it funny. You look at this win rate here, like not even win rate so much as like how much they win. This is just in the last. Actually, I'll just put it back to the last 2 weeks. Like in terms of how much they place, and like 36% chance of winning 4 or more games, only 7.9% chance of not winning a game, which is basically people that'd be very much beginners at the game. You know, outside of that, it's just all 1 or more wins. You know, it's pretty crazy. And then obviously you see the number of podiums just for Cathay in the last 2 weeks, but yet they're middle of the road in terms of appearances. So it is what it is. It's part of the game, I guess. I don't know. Do you reckon?
It has to be part of the game.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Do you think if we see a Kislev come out or something, it would be as OP, or do you reckon it's just a little bit that it's a fantastical faction that is a bit different? I don't know.
GW does have a bit of a reputation for newer releases having a bit of power creep.
Absolutely. You think they would put out a whole new army again and then put it out and it's underpowered and no one buys it?
Yeah.
I don't know about
you really
underpowered.
Think they're going to do that? No, well, they're going to verge on the. They don't want to risk it being underpowered.
Yeah.
So they will, and they always do the power creep. Like it's in every edition of Fantasy.
Yeah, I don't mind like if it's a bit strong, but like I think the lantern and the double shooting was a bit taking the piss.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And if they're not going to comp it as much, I'm assuming we will see stuff because they have comped stuff in Old World. I mean, we're getting onto a discussion here at the halftime here, but you know, we've seen him comp Fanatics, we've him comp bloody Wood Elves out of the meta. We've seen him comp. So like,
they just wait till you buy them all, and then they comp,
and then they'll hit you with it. Yeah. So it's
when the sales slump, then they comp. They've bought them all, boys. Just let's comp them.
Yeah, it's just one of those things there. Like if you're not actually playing under some type of comp now, it just feels like if you're doing any type of team thing or you actually want to go really well at a GT or something like that, you sort of almost know how to do it. If you obviously need to know how to play the game, you still need to be capable. But it feels like you load up Cathay or maybe Vamps or Mortricol. You know, like those are still very strong.
Then you really are following into the meta chasing whole dynamic, aren't you? Which is really not a way that
It's not, but I mean, when you look at the LGT, it looks like that's what people who wanted to go well basically turned around and went, "Yep, I'm going to take Cathay." Yeah,
that's always going to
stuff
be
like that. Yeah,
more like Masters isn't that bad, but obviously, like the old ETC was that's basically what it was. So, I mean, that's just that extreme high level comp. Unfortunately, seems to be meta chasing to some degree.
Oh
yeah.
Feud says Meow got slapped down by Settra and lost me an event last weekend in Orange. Cool.
Are there many complaints about Meow?
Nah, I don't think so, because I think she's quite much play.
Yeah.
She's not. Yeah.
A bit tricky with her.
Everyone went, oh, it's 2 pages rules, but geez, I think she's
a
bit tricky to play. She's probably I would imagine more of a points denialist thing as well. Like if you know how to play, you might not lose her. So she's worth 500 points. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless apparently she gets slapped down by Settra.
Yeah. Well, might have more Settra news after the break, I guess. Should we just quickly do our patron shout outs then?
Yes, let's grab a beer.
Hobbies. Yeah, go for it.
What? Thank you, patrons.
Oh no, you know how the other day it might have been here, Josh, and I couldn't read out all the patron.
Yes, because you need a VPN or something.
Yeah.
You can work in the US.
It has fixed.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. So something.
Maybe the good people at Patreon actually listen to our podcast.
Who knows? It's something with CloudFront, but anyway. All good. Okay, well, I'll give our shout outs to our patrons. I think we have 60 paid. I said 58, did I? Awesome. Well done. These guys are helping us. Cool. Anyway, yes, we'll give these guys a quick shout out. So big thank you. I cannot pronounce some of these things.
Subissimus. I don't remember that one. I think that's definitely new.
It is a new one. Subissimus. I'm not sure. Western Sydney Wargamers. Feud owner. Nicholas Carroll. Vinny, Louis Spagno McCullen, ASB, Arundel, the Great Brave Shaman, who's changed his name. Not sure who it was before. King Pash, Tom Pickard, not Matt, Just Tours, Adam Lamb, the Orange Juicer, Maddie, Firebird7137, Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hinton, The Old Warrior, Silver Dave, Spradic Sanity, Mark, Nick, Grant, Chris Bowler, Drunk Hammer Nate, Ben, Shooter Louie, Benoit, Cam the Dentist, James McKellen, Liam Fallon, Tommy Kublin, Jay McBride, Flatwell's Edge, Sexy Jelly, Herald of the Old World, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Matt Morris, Perpity Griff, Jess Tors, Josh Griffiths, Nin Adawam, Daniel Broadstock, yes, Elliot Mitchum, here we go, page 2, Gilthos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, Robert Z, Dixie Wrecked, OG Whirler, Bobby Gherkin, Gumwich, and the OG, Todd Lloyd. I love how Sean's getting in on it. He's and the OG.
Oh
Sean
my God, I totally missed
the OG, Todd Lloyd.
Ridiculous cool one.
Sean does get a call out, but he's just changed his name.
Wait, so you got and the OG. Wait, is there still an OG after?
Nah, Todd Lloyd's the OG at the moment, but Sean.
Oh, so you've got Gunwich and the OG and the OG. Is that how it works?
Oh yes, I probably should have said and the OG Todd Lloyd.
Yeah, there we go.
So thanks for those 60 people. Really appreciate that. Really does help keep the lights on and gives us a laugh as we read out people's names. Are these people patrons on other things, and then other people see these names change? You go, what the fuck's happening? Because
something real serious.
When someone says add the OG, yeah.
I'm not sure many podcasts literally read out all of their patrons every week by name without fail. I mean,
probably not.
I love it. I'd love it if there was some other podcast. Someone was like, "Yeah, what the hell? What is your name?"
They know they're too cheap. Like, I'm not looking at that.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, well, with that, though, they sent us a few questions. We've got a couple. They're probably slow down. I think, Josh, I think that bottom question we already did last week. Oh, hang on. No, we did. Didn't we, Andrew? Anyway, when we get to it. didn't we do the question about why there's old world events on multiple weekends?
Don't spoil the
same
question. I haven't read it out
You
yet.
did that last week.
Yeah, but he wrote it in this today.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we did. Okay.
No,
He wrote it
I
in
think it was a
10:30
different
this morning.
Yeah. Similar vibe. Similar vibe.
What was the other one then? Do you remember? Swear it was the same. Might not have
Says,
been
maybe
you
I
then.
missed the last week.
I swear he wrote it last week and I answered. Well, not I answered it, but yeah. Well, we did actually. Pretty sure. It doesn't matter. We'll answer again. We'll get Josh's take on it. Start with that one now since I...
Start with that one. Fouad asks, why does Old World seem to love scheduling events on the same weekends? Is it all
Yes.
on the same
No,
weekend?
that was. Yeah, you're right, Gommo. 100%.
Yeah. Now they've read it out, Andrew's realised, I just said, I think last week I just said, they do tend to do that a little bit in Sydney, but I was just saying I hope it's because we've got so many, it gives people more chance to go where they need to go. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be every weekend now. Like, it doesn't have to be all separate, but...
I would argue the question is more powerful now that the London GT and the World Championship happened concurrently. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just no formal oversight of what events are scheduled when. Like unfortunately, I think having something centralized like the Old World rankings, where people can easily check and see what tournaments are already scheduled. If anything, it should help that to some extent, because otherwise it's all just a hodgepodge of BCP and Facebook and stuff. So I feel like that is probably the one thing, Gommo, to your credit, that has maybe helped to reduce conflicts in schedule. But
I think the other thing too is it'd be as long as the big events are spaced out enough and so people can move around, and it's always fun to get to a state like a tournament in Canberra or Melbourne if you live in New South Wales or stuff like that. But I think, and I mean I'll keep harping on this, and I think it's true now, is there's just way more one-dayers, I think. And I don't know, Josh, I said this last week about it, and what's your opinion? Do you remember in the peak of 8th? I just don't remember this many one-dayers that you could go to technically, even in Australia. I feel like there's a lot more of them. I feel like the GT, the 2-day events for Old World are now almost back on par, not numbers-wise, but number player-wise, I mean. But like in terms of the number of GTs around now, it doesn't seem much different to what it was in 8th. You know what I mean? Like you had like 1 or 2 big ones in New South Wales, 1 or 2 big ones in Victoria, stuff like that. We're almost up to that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like we've got more bigger one-dayers. There was always like the little good games ones and stuff where you go in the 12 people or 14, but now you're getting 40 on a Saturday.
40 at a one-day like that. And that's at a one day that's every 3 months or something. Once a season, like that's incredible numbers. And I feel like there is less. I mean, at least from Newcastle, like the lack of Battle in the Vines, because that was an annual 2-day up there, wasn't it? So like maybe that contributes to the perspective that there isn't as many 2 days, because you really only got Castle Assault up there now.
Newey, yeah. But like Moab,
you got Moab, and you got CanCon.
Yeah, CanCon. Now they've got Snake Eyes as a teams one. So they're starting to get those type of Melbourne ones.
Well, Melbourne has hardly had any, I don't think, aside from that. Oh, there was, I think, Arc in May was a 2-dayer in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think that's the only singles 2-dayer we've had.
Yeah,
in Victoria for the Ultra.
The question with that, do you think it's more of a societal thing or a lot more of a cultural thing that now that we have less time available maybe for 2 days? Like it just seems like everyone's so busy and there's so much going on. So many people seem to be leaning more towards 1 days than 2 days. So the 1 days always seem to max out, where else like you look at when we do go to some of the 2 days like Moab and Shicon and stuff, they tend to be a bit smaller, but there's not as many people go.
Is that do you think that's like a demographic change in the scene compared to?
Well, that's what people have been saying, that people are got more kids. So it's ironic because I had kids, more younger kids, when the 2 days were popular.
Yeah.
But I guess there was a lot of people who were younger than me, so they didn't have anything, so they went to them all. And then now, yeah, I don't know. I also feel like the one day is the meta's a bit different. Like maybe you do just smash people, you still use.
How do you mean?
But I don't know. Like that, I feel like on a GT, you might need to really hone in to win those 5 games or something. So maybe that's just too much energy and brain power. So it's better just more people would like a 3-game one day where you can, just one game's always could throw you in the mix. Like
it's a bit more relaxing.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels a bit more relaxing, even though there will be, I don't know, like very competitive ones still. But,
yeah.
I know the thing about 2 days is I feel like it does do a better job of attracting people from interstate and that type of thing to make the effort of coming down, and if they know it's going to be well attended in a big event. 1 day you just don't get that traction.
No,
it's all against for both.
Yeah.
Nice little sidetrack there.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's interesting because if you go to that demographic question, when you don't have kids and you're older or whatever, I don't even know if I still think I'd like the 1 days now. I'm starting to like the 1 days.
Yeah, they are good.
Well, the thing is, like, even for like the weird thing with 1 day is as much as I say 2 days attracting to state, 1 days tend to attract that band of people that might live an hour or 2 away from the venue, like you. Like, you just come down for the day and you can just drive home again. So even though you live like regionally, like that's actually much easier to manage than if that was a 2-dayer. It's a completely different calculation.
And I'd still stay down. Like occasionally, I'd like when Andrew and I stay down that one night, like that's still fun too because you get to go away, stay for a night, talk more, have a game and go home. Yeah,
but that's a completely different
weekend.
Thing. Yeah, it's a whole weekend. You got to arrange a accommodation and
Oh well, anyway, I don't know if we've answered that fully, but that's probably what's happening. So there you go.
No, I don't think there's a good answer to that question. I think it's just saying out of frustration. I'm going to keep going in reverse order then. So Sean asks, what is the worst unit in your favorite faction, and how would you fix it to make it at least decent?
Oh, good. How much time you got, Sean?
This one.
Hey?
Oh, you sound like you got something, Andrew. What have you got?
Oh, just straight away. I'll be.
You're not allowed to use Slayers as the term.
Slayer. Well, I don't know with favorite army. I'll just say most played. I'd say like Reavers. I just hate Illyrian Reavers. They just annoy me. They just need a 5-up save or move and shoot or just something. They're just the worst fast cav out there, I reckon.
How come none of the fast cav can move and shoot? What is this? I mean, march and shoot, It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, it's not the worst unit out there, but it's just, it annoys me because I used to like taking them, and then it's they're so shit. But anyway, that's my take on them. What do you guys think? What's your worst unit?
What's your worst one, Josh, in Brett?
Battle Pilgrims.
No, right.
Ooh, yeah.
Poor Battle Pilgrims with a ground relic.
How can you even make them? You guys have such good foot troops now as well. Like, I don't know how you can. Yeah.
Well, their niche is that they're like, stubborn and unbreakable. But I don't know, it's got some weird limitations because it's only unbreakable if it's within 12 inches of a model with a Grail Vow.
Yeah.
So suddenly it's a conditional unbreakable that you've got to make sure you keep something nearby to make them unbreakable. And then it does sort of get the blessing, but only the Grail Reliquary gets a blessing save. So all the other Battle Pilgrims don't get it, even though the Grail Reliquary is being held by the Battle Pilgrims. I don't know, it just and the Battle Pilgrims themselves have got no real output.
Yeah.
They're actually doing anything. They've got
like
hatred.
They've got hatred.
That's it.
Okay.
So 1 strength 3, weapon skill 2, hatred attack. With hand weapon, I
They
mean,
don't
you got
hate that much
save,
then,
I guess,
yeah,
because it got parry, but
yeah.
oh man. So for 8 points each and the Grail Relic being 65, I mean, you just gotta. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if the output's not great because the whole thing is they're just going to be a big immovable block. But then, yeah, the fact is that that block is conditional. It just makes it even more difficult to justify running them at all. So I don't know, if they had a little bit more attacks and you could make them into something that you could shoot out and like, you know, run at things, you know, with a little bit of output, or make it easier to make a big block that would just be a unbreakable thing. That'd be nice. But yeah, I just can't see I was sort of keen to try to squeeze them into an Errantry Crusade list because I think you can run them as core, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wanted to use them because Errantry Crusade doesn't really have many options apart from so After the Realm on foot, in core to have objective control, and I was like, oh, maybe the battle programs will do it. But then the more I read their rules and how they worked, and I was like, this is a really expensive block for something that
It's not that
I'm
great.
just not sure I'm going to get much value out of.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Definitely.
Gommo?
God, I don't know. I'd probably say, I guess I'm probably going off stuff that I don't see a lot rather than, I don't know if it's the worst unit or not, but like, I'd like to see a lot more squigs on the board in terms of squigs, not just squig hoppers. So, but I don't know how you make them. They fall in the same trap of like Slayers and stuff. They're toughness 3 and no save, and they just die. So it's like, how do you make those units get across the board better? Plus, they're a bit too complicated with the old school way of having the herders and stuff. I think just piss that off and go 9th age is just a unit of squigs. That was, it'd be cool if you could use them. But then on Tomb Kings, always kept going back to like the Snake Riders and stuff. You just never see them. But I think that, again, it's that Monstrous Cav. Not a lot of it's not that good. Although I guess Demigriffs are, but I don't know. I just think those Snake Riders you just never see them, which is annoying because I think they look pretty cool. So there's a few units like that I just wish was a bit better. But probably need some rule changes in the core units or something to make the core rules to make some of them usable.
Yeah.
The only other one I did think of, which is more character choice when you said the Grail Reliquary is the what's it called, the Sigmars, what's it called, the altar. Like you're starting to see occasionally people try a list with it, to try and be a magic debuff type thing, but I don't know, it seems to not be I'm used to seeing it get out and shoot fucking light of death things and all that. Mate, like you feel like it should be a bit more offensive than that. That'd be cool if it was good enough that people would take it in an Empire army. It's such a cool model, but you just don't see it. And obviously, you don't see the Hurricaneum because that's my biggest gripe about old world.
2 years now he's been going on about this.
Yeah. Bring back the Hurricaneum, damn it.
His dreams about putting the Hurricaneum on the board one day.
Yeah, I just want my +1 to hit again. +1 to hit or -1 to hit me? I can't remember which one it was, but it was good. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was +1 to hit.
Yeah, it wasn't a +1 here. Then you get the other, like the lightning reflexes buff, and then it's all those halberders going nuts.
Yeah.
Good old 8. Yeah. Final question. Miss Jung asks, I haven't done anything Warhammer or hobby related in about a month. Do you ever have these lulls, and what do you do to get back in the groove?
That's a good question.
It's a really good question. Jay, I like that question. What do you guys think? I have some thoughts.
Go,
Andrew.
I'll keep going because I did start there. I get into an audiobook or read some fluff about that army or whatever you're trying or should be doing. So if you're trying to get something out and then you can't get it out, it's if you can find an audiobook, like if it's on that race or something, or a story or anything like that, or just read some fluff and it kind of just like, gets you a bit pumped up.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
What do you guys got?
I mean, like similar to that, I mean, I think the first thing I always try to tell myself, especially these days, is like, don't stress about it. Like you don't have to be doing something hobby all the time. You can have a break with it. Like this is the thing. Well, sometimes I think you get a little bit, people get a bit stressed. Or I need to be painting a certain amount every week, or I need to, but it is a hobby at the end of the day, and life gets in the way, and sometimes you just don't feel it. So I think that's fine. And bet 100%, Andrew, like the cool thing about this hobby, there's games, there's paints, there's audio books, there's podcasts, there's YouTube channel. There's so many ways to do the hobby without having to do the hobby. So if you just find one of those things just to get you plugged in, maybe do a casual game with a friend instead. If you're not like, you don't want to be doing events and shit, and then that might get your thing going. And in my case, I have multiple armies. So at some point, if you're bored with one, you eventually just go, maybe I will go and paint this other thing. And suddenly you're buying something else. Go to the hobby store and buy something. Just buy another. Although don't tell Miss Jugs that, because I think she's got a big pile of shame there that she posted the other day. So, yeah. What do you do, Josh?
No, I think my thoughts are sort of similar-ish. Because I feel if you're just not feeling it, don't pressure yourself. Like just don't worry about it. Like it's one of those hobbies that's always there when you're in the mood for it. But I feel like if you start to go, oh mate, I've really got to oblige, you got to push yourself to go back into it. I don't know, that's the right mindset. Like I think you'd be better off just leaving it alone. And it's like that's actually a good suggestion, Scott. I didn't think of that. Well, looking at the hobby from different angles, or engaging it in ways that don't require active hobbying. But I mean, as much as like I'm quite consistent with my hobby, I will go through long periods of not actually painting anything. Often it's after a period of painting something for a while, and then but I'm still involved because I'm doing other things completely. Like I'll be doing, writing stuff, or playing podcast. Games, or a weekly 2-hour podcast. But it's the thing with painting and doing that kind of hobby stuff is I hate feeling like I have an obligation to do it. So I don't want to treat it like it's a job or a chore.
Yeah.
So I really want, when I'm doing, to be in the right frame of mind. So if I don't feel like doing it, I just don't do it. And if it's been ages, you just don't feel like you had to pick it up again. Just just wait. I just wait for the right mind frame.
Yeah. Actually, like, because obviously I went off it. Like I didn't play hardly anything once 9th age went to version 2 or whatever, and then obviously Old World wasn't out. Like I didn't play a lot. But I did find it wasn't hard to get back in when 6th ed kicked in, because like actually had a lot of my good stuff set up in a display cabinet with lights and stuff. So like I always could see my stuff. And then once we decided to get into 6, I was like, it was easy just to sort of turn it back on again and keep going. Yeah. So I think also just having it accessible, but not in your face where you get stressed about it, but have the stuff that, if you've got a good looking armies, put them somewhere that you can see them or something, and it just gives you that motivation sometimes to go, that's what a completed army looks like. Maybe maybe it'll get your juices flowing again. So,
that's true. That's a good point. I find that too even with batch painting. Like I find I try to leave the stuff when I'm painting a unit, when I complete some, I leave them out. Because I find if I complete it and put it away straight away, like I almost feel I always
never
feel like
getting that dopamine hit.
Never getting completion. So
no, that's a whole different topic, isn't it? But it is that, that's one of the strategies of how to get an army painted, I feel like, because there's always that friggin' bit in the middle where it's shit. You don't know what it's going to fully look like yet. But as soon as you get a couple of versions of them out, like a couple of front rank or whatever, or you suddenly go, oh, that's what it's going to look like. And then it gives you the motivation to smash through the last part of it, the next batch. So,
yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Those are the questions. Questions this week are complete.
Hey, that was nice and quick. Okay, well, before we jump into hobby, I mean, I guess I don't even know if it's worth sharing the screen, but I'll bring it up anyway. But obviously we got the email through this morning that we are getting the War of Settra's Fury
Ooh.
pre-order this weekend, so it is coming out. So we're going back into that scary time, guys. That after this weekend, we don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, like we got these we got these dropped, a while back, and we're like, oh, now we know what's coming.
Oh yeah.
And now, after this, we have no idea. Haven't seen anything.
It's the run up to Christmas coming up soon too. So it's
I'm almost excited about that. Now, what we did learn, I don't know if we fully learned this. I think we knew small games was going to be covered in this, but it's actually 500 to 750 point games called Battle March. I should be able to read probably, which would be interesting with 3 deployment maps and changes to scoring. So I wonder what that will look like. Maybe if it looks half decent, Andrew, maybe we can give it a go and play.
Yeah, those little games are fun.
Especially,
that'd be keen to
actually a good way to like rebase my empire or stuff like that. Just like do it in smaller.
Have a little small batch.
Yeah, be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what they would have changed though. Like, so
didn't they drop that 500 point rule thing somewhere, or was that just square base? Am I getting that wrong? Did they do something about?
Oh no, one of the 3
tournaments
scenarios they published.
Yes, that's right.
Because they did 3 random tournaments. They just put them up. I mean, scenarios. They put them up. One of them was like a 500 point warband.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like a capture the tower thing or something. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what that is. This will be a very weird. This will be a different Arcane Journal, I reckon, just because it's compared to the Dawn of the Stone Dragon, because it's got multiple stuff. So we're also getting Tomb Kings of Khemri rules, Mortuary Cult, like with monstrous mounts and incantations for Mortuary Cult. Like that's just, what does this monstrous mounts mean? That's outside of what they already have. That's interesting. Yeah. But then you get Renegade Crowns for Empire.
Incantations as well. Oh my god, I totally didn't read the first half of that sentence. My eyes just, like when I was reading this article the other day, I just went straight to the Armies of Infamy. I didn't even read that. New Tomb Kings, Khemri rules, and incantations.
Yeah.
God.
It's a bit, the Mortuary Cult needs a bit of a buff. Like it's a bit low.
Yeah, it's pretty crap. Yeah.
But on top of that, obviously we get these awesome. I mean, if you're a Tomb King.
So wait, and have we read out the Armies of Infamy? So the Renegade
Crowns for the Empire of Man, which we don't know, but how we got that weird rumor where they had all those different versions of like Border Prince stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be that, but
could be.
Who knows? And then Slayer Host, Dwarven Mountain.
Yeah.
And Slayer Host, sick. Yeah,
so it's weird because it's like. I was gonna say it's the War of Settra's Fury, but there's I thought there would have been like a proper another Army of Infamy for Tomb King sort of thing, like an additional
Settra, or a new Settra model.
Or something like that. So maybe there will be rules that will change it, like the way that they play currently.
Well, that's the bit that they keep going with this monstrous mounts, because obviously with these
let's hit
these figures, they've brought out the more armored horse thing. It sounds like that's going to be a thing, but would you call that a monstrous mount?
No. No, I wouldn't.
So I'm just confused as to what that could be. So I'm sort of half hoping that maybe there's something better and you can bring the War Sphinx or something. That's a bit, because you don't see that guy much either.
That's weird. There are new Tomb King rules for the monstrous mounts.
It's monstrous mounts and incantations of the Mortuary Cult. So does that mean they're monstrous mounts of the Mortuary Cult?
Yeah, for the monstrous mounts. What are the options for the Tomb King characters? Like, what monstrous mounts can they take at the moment? Is it just the
Bone Dragon? You can take the
Bone Dragon. Is that it?
The War Sphinx, but I don't think you can do. Got me there. I don't know if you can do the War Sphinx for a mortuary, like for a leech priest. I think it's just a Tomb King. If I'm remembering. Just never see it, so I can't remember.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you get the War Sphinx.
Maybe you can put a mortuary priest on a Necrosphinx. because you need both of those.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because either they're adjusting the rules, although you feel like they do that from an errata, or they're releasing a whole new monstrous mount. But then there's no like previewed new model or anything. I don't know.
Yeah, it couldn't be. They'd preview that, surely, wouldn't they?
Surely. Yeah. Unless they're putting the rules and they're encouraging you to kit bash one or
well, I have a spare dragon
one or something like that.
Who knows?
Apparently they're never doing that anymore. But
That's like the Slayers. I'm so intrigued. I'm like, well, because what Slayer models you got now? Like, there's not a heap out there.
Yeah,
because they have done that sort of kit bashing with like the Woodsman, the Creation Woodsman, and things like that.
Yeah, they have
create your own model sort of thing.
That's true. That's not that long ago that they released that. It's almost like a bit of whiplash between that and the Cathay approach.
Yeah.
Where there's very limited options. There's only the stuff that you can buy. It's almost like there's sort of two forces at play.
Yeah.
Maybe two different authors
behind the scenes.
Yeah. Not sure. Yeah, no, it's
really the first genuine
what this is like.
Hodgepodge sort of campaigny sort of like I don't know if it's a campaign book as such because it's not really doesn't sound like it's releasing scenarios or any way of playing the fluff they're talking about because it just says there's background like you can read, which is weird because none of the rest of the book pertains to that background that I can tell. But yeah, it's the first Archangel that's just not tied to an army, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Settra must be going up against the Empire and the Dwarves, is what I'm guessing is part of this. There'll be two scenarios sort of games that involve those two armies against Settra. Surely that'd be the story they tell.
Some overpowered magic items, more bound spell magic items in there probably. You know what they do? They just keep ratcheting it up. I think one of those
extremely common.
Was it one of those LGT ones that had like eight of the unquiet spirits, whatever it is, magic? One of those ones? Was it, or was that a WTC one? Can't remember.
I don't know, but that's already giving me a headache hearing you talk about it.
Yeah, sounds cool. But yeah, no, it might have been this one. Maybe it's only 5, but still, that's a lot.
Oh, it's only 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 3d6, strength 2, no armor save, magic missiles. That's fun. Sorry, now I've lost my screen. Where did I have it? There it is. Cool. And then we get these guys. So, like, how much do you reckon the hero boxes are? I can't remember. It must be in that $80 for Australian or something. I can't remember.
Yeah,
to be both of them in the box.
Yeah, you get both in that, then both in the other one, I'd imagine. So, yeah. It looks like they said they've got like interchangeable, like 4 different heads. And so they're all like a lot of kit bashing there. Plus, if you don't want to do them, you can buy them and put it all into other stuff. So I like the direction it's going. It's just going to be interesting to see if they ever get to the point where they redo everything. I think Tomb Kings would look really good. Like, I mean, I still obviously like the look of them, but they won't match the old stuff. So just be interesting as they you can see where they're going with them. I think they're cool. I mean, we've gone through all these before, so I won't spend too much time. But yeah, very interesting to see. And if they can make Tomb Kings heavy cav work a bit better, that'll be a plus too. But who knows? Because you just don't see that at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, cool. Old World releases at least, so I can't complain. So probably buy stuff as usual.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I feel like they've got to have a plan for the end of the year because they rushed out. You know, they got all those Archangels done before the start of winter. Well, June for the rest of the world. Yeah. Then they got Cathay, released and out at the start of the financial year, well, the Australian financial year. I don't know what the financial year is in the Northern Hemisphere. I go on tangent. Sorry, but they've done all this work to get all these releases done in the third quarter. I almost feel like they were rushing to get it all out. So I feel like they were clearing space for something equally big to happen before Christmas, right?
Yeah, and we know that's not 40K because that's next year, like it's in a big re-release. But
no, it'd be something old world related, I feel, because they've done this on purpose. It's all part of a plan.
It's part of the
Surely,
past.
surely, tell me, guys. It's not just gonna.
Legacy are back. Nah. Who knows? I'd love it. Imagine if they fuck, how, like, I don't know. Imagine if another army gets released, but it's not
It's not Kislev.
Kislev. Yeah, because everyone knows it was Kislev and Cathay. So when Cathay came out, it was a surprise that they dumped the whole thing on us. But we also knew, oh yeah, they were probably bringing it out. Imagine if, imagine if there's a whole new army that no one, even if it is like Vampires of the Coast, like Coast or something.
Vampire Coast would be the only one I
take
can
on it,
think of.
it would be bloody crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would definitely.
A Norska surprise. Yeah. It would be cool. I think people would really gel with that.
I mean, yeah. Would they release old Dogs of War models if they were putting out Renegade Crowns and it was a Dogs of War army? I don't know.
I would have thought we'd see some of that by now. But...
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So I'm a bit worried that this won't have any more models apart from that. What this? I don't know.
Yeah. I find it so strange, like they release some of these like really old models, but like the new scale is so far out that it's kind of like who's actually really buying it, except for like a collector, I suppose. Like, just I don't know.
Oh, you mean like even the older take like stuff? You mean like if you
like like the old dwarves, like the
like the really old ones.
Yeah.
The Dragon Company.
Yeah, Dragon Company and whatnot. Yeah, it's just they're not even close to being able to gel with like a standard.
Interesting to hear how well they sold. I'd love to know.
Yeah. Like if
the old hammer people would have, they would have bought.
Yeah. But
anyway, well, I guess this is probably one of the ones I'm interested in because I was excited with this more than the other one because I thought this was coming before by the look of that article initially, and then Cathay popped out. So this is the one I'm actually more excited about. What they're doing, so cool. Anyway, well, that's this weekend. So get on it, Josh. Get some hobby.
All right. Okay. Well, how much do I want to go through?
It says here Malaysia activities.
Malaysia activities. So I did take some stuff with me to Malaysia.
Hey.
Oh.
I took some high. Not for
what is happening?
Not for me to play.
What are you painting?
This is what I've been painting. This is my Malaysia activities. So it's like it's like I don't know. It's not like a tourist holiday. It's to stay with my partner's family. Yeah. There's lots of free time in the afternoons to hide in the aircon because it's so hot outside the aircon in this paint. So I got quite a bit done with my little mobile paint station that I've pretty much got down pat over the years. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get them like completely done as such because I had a particular goal with what I was painting here, and that was I was actually arranging so this is probably as far as I got with them. I was arranging a little demo game between my brother Nick and my cousin Daniel, who's actually one of the Patreons. So Daniel Broadstock, who you read every week, he's my cousin. He's been on Patreon pretty much from the start, which is hilarious.
Thanks, Dan.
So I just decided to do like a 400-point sort of little game. Like they've played Warhammer off and on different editions, but they just never know the rules, and they always just look to me to tell them how to play. I'm just like the GM / umpire. So I literally just made these tiny little armies, and it's very functional. Even at 400 points, this is like just 4 units. I've got a noble, just with mundane equipment. No, it's nothing special, no command. And this is why I was asking those questions about the Illyrian Reavers the other day, Andrew, because I'm looking up in the rules because I haven't really played them. I'm like, these guys are fast characters. They've got short bows.
Yeah.
I can't see a rule where they can march and then also shoot them because I'm so used to Six Head where like it's just in the fast cav rule, they can just march and shoot.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm like, what? How can they not shoot if they march? because it meant that like I'm trying to coach them how to use them. I'm trying to get out of line of sight, so still shoot. And I was like, actually, no, you can't shoot. Oh, sorry, Nick. And then like things like the missile unit that you're trying to outmaneuver, something they can just reform and shoot at you anyway. I'm like, this is a completely different decision. But yeah, so for Dan, I set up like a little 400-point Empire list. With a chunky little unit of great swords that did really well, actually. The great swords, especially with their extra strength, do surprisingly well. So like this was just a little game where they just played out where essentially the little pistoliers came over, the little unit of 3, shot at his 2 dragon princes with the noble, and the pistoliers just took them off, killed both dragon princes. And then the noble just left by himself. And then the knights just went into the sea guard and ate the sea guard. It was sort of a shame that the dragon princess got pinged off by a single shot of pistols. And that was sort of a fun little thing. And then they were like, Josh, well, can we play against you? So I played like I also made like a little unit, like 350-point army of Bretts and Dark Elves, so that I can just combine them and played against their Empire and the High Elves. And it was a fun game. What I'm learning more and more when you're doing this demo is very important to let things play out, but not try to play competitively. You're almost better off just not really, like, I feel like when you're learning the game, it's always a lot funner to win, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's true. Yes.
And it was quite a fun game. I did actually, so I got like the Bretts and these Cold One guys. I charged that block of like 12 great swords, and the great swords did really well. He had a little commander in there as well. And when the great sword struck back, they like killed half those knights, and they just held. I was like, oh, they actually, they're not bad when they're fighting in 2 ranks. And then I guess the way this played out, my knights actually took a failed pain check. These guys, that's why they're in the foreground. They're the knights with the paladin. They had this opportunity to get a charge into the Empire Knights that had charged my knight, like errant block, not errant, men at arms on the side there. They just straight up just didn't roll high enough. These dragon princes in the center that had killed the witch elves. Oh, because guys, the thing I was pleased with is this moment back here. Those dragon princes on the far right there. Nick's like, oh, do you think I can just move these guys up and sort of position in the rear arc over there? I'm like, yeah, you can. You're starting to see the matrix now, man. You're finally getting the idea of the tactics. Yes, that's absolutely. Don't just charge those bowmen down there. No one cares about the bowmen. Yeah, just move around. Oh, I was so pleased. So they failed the charge, and then all these cavalry just go straight into the lance. I'm like, oh, yep, they're all dying. So it was a fun little game. But these games are so little. The thing is, like, just going from like 400 to 800 points in like a full army, it actually doesn't change very much. Like if I go back to those 400-point units, like, or even just the picture of this, like going to 800 points from this 400-point brigade doesn't give you much more strategically. Like you're filling out those units of cav. Like if you take this as the backbone of the army, you're putting command in those units. You might give the noble some extra, maybe a magical item or something, and then you're already hitting 800 points without actually changing the strategic options that you've got. So there's nothing wrong with really quite small armies and still having quite a fun game that probably only takes like 45 minutes to play out. And as a demo game, that's like just it was so fun and easy.
What you need,
if I'd set them up with 200-point armies each, they would have been doing it for hours. They wouldn't know how to play with me. It's a completely different feel. So it felt like a very leisurely sort of approach, which was fun.
Well, it'd be interesting to see with this other book then. Was there things that are missing in those small games that you really think is missing? I mean, it probably isn't. That's the thing. Like in terms of, it's Probably
No.
down to army comp, which is what you've done there anyway. Like you can have 2 Reavers and stuff. Like, you don't care about that size.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
unit.
exactly. Like I just broke. I really like. I took inspiration from the existing warband rules in 6, which is minimum. Like you can go below minimum. I think the formal rules in that system is if you go below the minimum size, you can't take any commands. You have to at least be minimum size. Is how that rule works in that specific thing. But yeah, and I found a way of doing it in the old world builder is that because you know how there's a minimum size in old world builder, I could still build them in there by inputting the number and then just and it would just still take it, so I could still build lists without having to do it by hand, which is annoying. But hopefully they do. If you're getting more warband rules coming out, they will obviously add that, I reckon. So you can actually build formal lists quite easily. And one other thing
are they going to buy out their own armies? How are they going to progress?
Nah,
you're just going to have to keep paying. You're going to end up with all these armies. I like it. Josh is going to end there.
I mean, the Empire army, I've already half painted. Like, I've already got 1,000 points of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it. They had fun and they definitely want to do it. But so I'll aim for maybe like 800 point or 1,000 point list for them or something like that next one. But I'll just keep slowly pushing it. But yeah, it was certainly fun with the old. Well, they love the counter charge mechanics and that type of thing. But yeah, I think it was. See those? See in that bottom left there, where those the Reavers have charged the repeater crossbows. That was the moment, like before that, when he was over here, because I sort of coached him to, move the Reavers up behind the sight line of the crossbowmen. But when they moved around, they couldn't shoot them, and then I just reformed around and I could shoot them, and it felt really weird.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, sorry, Nick. I mean, normally that strategy works well, but maybe it's just a 6-end thing. I feel like there is a deficiency. Like, I don't know why fast cav can't.
That's it's a whole video. What's the when did you do with those Empire, like the great swords and stuff? Have you had them for ages? Or what happened with that?
Yeah, like when did I paint those? I can't even remember if I did that during when we were podcasting. It was at least a year ago, maybe even 18 months ago.
Did you do it for like a scenario thing? Like one of your campaigns?
No, I was doing it for my cousin. I was doing it for Daniel.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, and then I got Nick playing the Wood Elves. Yeah, for that one. But yeah, that was. I think that game. Oh, that was before we were podcasting because I painted them up so we could play Warhammer Armies Project.
Ah, right. Okay.
So yeah, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
So when you're going to bust out the monolith, you reckon? Because I see that table was no monoliths on there.
On this one,
maybe the 800 point game. You're gonna introduce them to the dark side of Josh.
I haven't. No, I haven't bust out the monolith for them yet. No, I'm not sure I'm not sure to see how. Yeah, I don't know how immature would they be that they'd necessarily pick up on the
how slowly corrupt, doesn't it? You just got to
when they see the picture up, when they see it in 3D in the flesh, I'll know.
I'll know.
I had a big Warhammer weekend because this is the other one I had. I won't go through this game really, but this is the campaign where I had another massive 3-player battle. Again with demons, again with monoliths.
3-way for Josh. Nice.
Yeah. This one was a ruined pincer. So this is the 3-way version of the interception. Where we had the Will of the Wood Elf player in the center, you had me in the foreground there in one of the corners. They had dwarf player Ash in the far corner there as well.
Dwarves would loved it, killing all these elves.
Oh, it was great fun. He just sat there in that corner and just like Will and I sort of were punching each other. We got stuck in, and he just sitting there, just going pew pew with his organ gun, his cannon, and his grudge thrower. Quite happy,
like a great dwarf.
Really annoying. These dudes fighting each other. I'll shoot them.
Really annoying. We had because I had this massive battle where my devoted the witch elves and the cold one nice hit his eternal guard. and almost destroyed them. Like he was recharging me with all this other stuff. And both our BSBs ended up with like 1 wound left, and like my BSB broke and he didn't catch me. And we're both sort of sitting out on the flank there. And then his cannon and his organ gun just come in and kill us both. It's like, what the hell? Probably the funniest thing, well, not funny, but the Venadors in the foreground, those Dogs of War unit, that was my mercenaries. They were bribed by Will, because you got to have a character within 6 inches to bribe him, and he's actually got some way watchers with a way.
Oh, in the forest,
in that forest there.
Yeah.
So to bribe him, you got to be within 6 inches, and you got to roll a d6, and you get a 5 or more. You can pay 2 coins to swap him over. Yeah. So he rolls a 5 up, and he gets him. And then my following turn, I've got a sorceress in the Dark Rider unit just in front of the mercs. So then I get a chance to flip him again. So I roll. I sway him back. I sway him back. Rich. So I pay 2 gold coins, and now I'm his turn. He does it again.
You guys just keep rolling 5s.
Yeah. Oh, it was so annoying. By that point, my sorceress had been pushed away and I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, damn it. And then they charged the rear of the Devoted, and that was disastrous. But yeah, they're very rich mercenaries, guys.
Yeah, you have to model them up a bit different. Really gold.
Now, one last thing I'm very excited to go through.
Ooh.
This is something that I've been working on for quite some time, and this is so this is sort of climactic battle of the Blight, I guess, not of the whole campaign, but just to sort of resolve the Blight. This is something where I've decided that when the Ruins gets attacked, everyone there on the day gets sucked into this battle. Now, the problem with a multiplayer battle is that I don't know how many people are going to be there on the day, anywhere between 4 and 7. But what I've decided to do is work out, so basically you're going to have 2 alliances, or Order and Chaos, roughly even numbers, and then sort of depends on which factions are there as to what side you're on. I've got the deployment's the same, Scouts first turn is kind of all the same, but then I've gone and done different deployments for each variant.
Oh, wow. I want to see the 7 one.
Guys,
you get up to that?
So excited by this. So basically, there's 2 monoliths. Like that's what those 2 little black things are. That's the main objectives for the game. And I might hit that at the end. But the deployment maps is probably the thing I spent the most time on. Because this is the first one, which is diagonally opposite. So Alliance B are opposite corners and Alliance A are opposite corners. So it's already kind of crazy because you kind of got to go 4 directions. And this is a scenario that I've done before in the doubles, and it was kind of fun. And having the objectives and the monoliths in the middle are really important because it drags people
together. Yeah, yep.
And those objectives are really important. This is the 5-player one. So the good thing with the campaign is because I've got 3 lists in each army with all different sizes, I can titrate it to some extent. So I've got Alliance A being the top, the middle, left, the middle, and the bottom right. They've got the battalion rear guard, which is about 1,800 points armies.
Right, so they're a bit smaller.
So they're a little bit smaller because Alliance B in the top left and the bottom right, they've got their full battalion vanguard and rear guard, which is about 2,500 points. So it works out to be fairly similar. Probably the 3-player alliance has got a little bit more, which like maybe 200 points or 300 points more, which I think is okay because I feel like they're less well coordinated, than the 2 players. So basically that works out. So like I've designed it because I wanted to have different battlefronts, because the whole thing I find with large multiplayer battles is if you're all on the same side of the board, it's a little bit like you're just playing against a person who's opposite you. So I really want, it's really quite an interesting sort of design about, different battle lines and a quite different approach. So there's still 2 monoliths there as well, so that drags people into those corners. But you know, the Alliance Allied player, the player 1 is right in the middle, really has to make decisions about which direction he goes, and you know, and all those different players. It's not like the player 1 is right in the middle and in a big band where, you know, he cuts the whole thing off in half. If the different alliances want to hit the other guy on the long edge, they've got the opportunity to do so. You know, like these boards are, you know, the deployments are not that far away. This is a 10-foot board.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a 10 by 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I've tried to make it pretty easy to do. Like I've just literally just written, you know, what measurements you got to draw out to work out each like point for those different things, which I think is pretty intuitive. 6-player was easier because it was another 3x3, like say just a longer 2x2, which is kind of fun. And then the 7-player one is neck level. It's been me for quite a while to work this out. So a similar design to the 3x2. If anyone's listening to audio, they should really go on the screen.
4x4. Yeah, you're gonna have to look at this picture because
look at this, because
there's no explaining it.
It is all over the place. But the thing is, I feel like once it's on the table, it's quite, you know, it actually works. It's actually not that complicated, even though it looks complicated. It is not. It is not, guys. It is not. Because once you're 1 player on there, you just got to know, you know, you got to do the measurements and you just do your deployment zone, and it'll be not that hard at all. But yeah, so I don't even know how I can describe this with audio.
Sorry, can I just ask one thing about the player A, Alliance A?
Yeah.
Will they be will they be fighting each other as well, or not really?
No. Alliance, no, the alliances are allied in all four intents and purposes.
So they can cast spells on each other and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay.
Yep.
Just thinking because they're so close to each other, they can help each other straight away type thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is fine. That's to be expected. So it's a similar design to the 2x3, but I've got, 2 extra players right out on the flanks with a small battalion. So each of these scenarios, it still ends up being, even though there's more players, because I can titrate those different list sizes, it's still about just over 5,000 points per side.
Yeah.
Right. Even though you've got like 4 to 7 players. So I am super keen to see how these play. I mean, it's going to be a longish game. I mean, it always will with big players. Yeah. But I think this is a way of playing these big multiplayer battles without it sort of feeling a little bit anticlimactic, I feel. Because it's going to be everywhere. And then, so I'll just go through quickly how the monoliths work. Because basically, there's 2 monoliths on the map. The key is...
the black one, is that big?
I haven't made them. I was going to use the ones I already made, guys. I'm not going to make more monoliths. Shut up. The key is that, it's basically at the end of the game, basically it's like an objective you want to control at the end of the game through proximity. The Order of the Alliance of Order do have an ability to also destroy them during the game if they can, which will also work as claiming. But it's really about claiming. And if one alliance has claimed both, they win a main victory. If they each have got 1 each, then it's about victory points. And if the victory points are too similar, then it's a draw, I guess. But the key is, you really want to. If you can get both of them, then the victory points don't matter pretty much. So it's crucial. So just quickly, how the order can actually raise them before the end of the game is if the shards are part of the campaign. So the guys are collecting these shards at the moment, and the shards are basically like a banner that you can lose during the game, but the unit holds them. If a unit carrying a shard is within the monolith, within the movement phase, within 4 inches, and not too close to an enemy unit within 4 inches, they can start this ritual of breaking, which basically they have to not move till the following turn, not end up in combat, nothing else. And at the end of that player's next turn, if they still are undisturbed with no other enemy unit moving within 4 inches, or the monolith not being invoked, which is what the Chaos side can do with their shard, then the monolith is basically destroyed. So it's sort of like, if you can get that opportunity to get in there and and not be counted. If you can sort of block your opponent's stuff off, then you can actually just destroy it. And that's just, then you've basically claimed it for the rest of the game. The Chaos guys, so they can't do the ritual of breaking. They can do an invocation, which is just like a fun little thing where, similar to when I was doing the invocation rules for the Waystones and stuff, where you've got all this crazy stuff that can occur. They can summon demons. They can get trigger frenzy. A few things like that. But if they invoke the stone while the ritual of breaking is occurring, this sort of gets this Ithaloric cataclysm where each shard is thrown D6 inches out of each unit directly away from the monolith, and both units take D6 wounds. So the shards don't go away; they just get popped out. You've got to go fetch them again somehow, and both units get blasted. So it's sort of like a bit of an interaction there where if they get opportunity to break it, they can. There's some fun with the invocations and stuff, but it's really all about those monoliths. So it's sort of one of those things where there's only 2 of them there. If each side still have the one, then it's down to victory points, but otherwise you'll
it'd be interesting to see if you end up with the 7 players how tricky that's going to be, because I can't see someone having that much time to do it but I guess that'd just be
Josh has got to get on it, boys.
It'll be so fun. It'll be so fun. We'll see. I don't know.
So is that next? You just did this scenario, did you? So there's another month.
No, I haven't played it yet. It might be in a couple.
Did you play on the weekend? Yeah. So you've got at least another month or so until you.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be maybe 2 months time that will run that.
No, that'd be good, because then you could try and get the guys to block out most of the day. It'd take a while.
Yeah, bit of preparation for that. It will take a while. But I've never been able to run a big multiplayer game like that, so that'd be
God, I don't even know. No, I don't think I have. I mean, I played a 2x2. I think Andrew, we played. Oh, you might have. Did you play a 2x2 with me? You was it you, Dad? You played with Daz Vampires versus something else. That's about all I've played. And then I played Triumph and Treachery. That's about it.
You and Dan, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Oh, keep us up to date, I guess.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, that's our episode. I guess after, I don't know. I wonder if next week we'll see leaks already about this next Arcane Journal or not.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It always pops out sooner than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might do a bit of research to find out when the next preview shows are, because there must be something up. There must be previewing stuff soon.
I have to get Mark to put his feelers out. Maybe get us a sneak preview. Yeah, that's it.
He's not in today.
No.
No, he's not in today. I think he was off to see Harry Potter making or something.
Oh, was he? Okay, I missed that.
Yeah. Cool. Hope he's enjoying it. Miss out on another beautiful stream. Mondays, back to Mondays again.
Yeah.
Mondays forevermore.
Back at it. Oh, let's you watch. It'll be tonight. And find out some. Yeah.
That's why we're recording, because if we didn't record, it wouldn't happen tomorrow.
Exactly.
Nothing will get released.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I might call it there, everyone, unless you guys got anything else to say. Probably not.
No.
Good. Cool. Well, it's good that we're all back in the studio as usual.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, thanks for listening to another Old World Fanatics episode. If you enjoy our weekly rambles, please leave a 5-star review on any podcast software of choice, or subscribe, comment on YouTube. Jump over to Patreon, to patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. Jump on there if you want to support us, and send us questions on the Discord and all that sort of stuff. So really appreciate it. And until next time and next week, I guess we'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.
Thanks all.